Tiger Woods' wife left him. What? Left him. $1 billion. And I ain't saying motherfuckers is gold diggers, but that's not... Tiger Woods was goofy. So if you're a mature woman, you know, look, he had to get that goofiness because he didn't do... Listen, any woman in here, if you were the man that you're going to be with for the rest of your life, you think you have to ask him, have you womanized before? And if he goes, what do you mean? Have you treated a lot of women poorly? Have you fucked some stinking ass bitch on top of the toilet bowl? Has she sucked your dick behind a fucking trash can? Or have you done that? And if he says no, do not marry him. He ain't ready yet. He has to womanize to be able to be faithful. If you got some good ass motherfucker, Tiger Woods didn't fuck enough women. His wife is a pretty good looking broad. She's a good looking broad. And you see the bitches he fucked, he was fucking terrible looking. Rotten old bitches, waitresses. And women be like, oh my God, how can you? It don't matter. Pussy's pussy. Halle Berry's pussy the same as the bitch that work at McDonald's pussy. I want to stick it in. I want to stick it in the hole. There's a hole. I want to stick it in the hole. Somebody who said that. See, I love comedy. I really do. Because there's people in there, because I can't see everybody, but you can feel there's some angst amongst the vaginas. Some of the vaginas, like, they actually slap five. Yeah, that's right. Right, she's dealt with motherfuckers cheating on her, and she's done gone crazy, and did that, stalked and stabbed other bitches. She has made a pact with herself to know niggas ain't shit. But what that does, though, what fucks you up with that is that you never really give your full heart to a motherfucker because you always think you're gonna do some fucked up shit. But you can't fuck yourself up. If you love a motherfucker to that degree, you gotta love him. But fucking other women and loving you does not intertwine with men. We can fuck anything. That's why when you leave me and we break up, your life is in shambles and mine can continue to go pretty well because I'll tell you why. Because men, we build from the bottom up. We start from pussy and work our way up to can you read? If we meet you and you go, I can't read, bitch, I wish you couldn't talk either, bitch. We start caring about you later. You build from the top down. You want to know my whole shit. Do I live with my mother? Do I drug? What's my credit score? Do I have kids? Out the fucking box. We down here in the gutter. You trying to be in the penthouse. You can't be the queen yet. Cause you're the queen cause I'm the king. Can't be a fucking queen without a king. Like the Queen of England, look. She's the queen, right? And that's what I'm saying about the trickle-down theory about, like, women are always angry with us about something or another, but if you really are honest with yourself, ladies, and you look in the mirror and you really, really be reasonable, you know we're better. We are just, we're better than you. We're not. Don't be mad. Don't be mad about it. Just Don't do the thumbs down. Don't. Sweetie, listen to me. What's your name, by the way? Nicole. Thank you. See, I couldn't talk to you really no more. Machanda. Yeah. Thinking, Nicole, just easy, Nicole. I saw you do that, but I know look. I tell you why we're great creatures. You're great too. But let's say if men and women got to interview with God, and men got to go, okay, you could be a woman, and then the woman could be a man, and then you would go, all right, before I turn you into a man and you into a woman, what would you change about being the other? You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying, when I look at a woman, if I wanted to be one, other than the vagina and controlling the world with it, the rest is bad. It's just bad. The periods, the mood swings, the baby having. What would you change about being a guy? You wouldn't. We're the shit. We are the fucking shit. And you're lucky to be with us. You're lucky. Do you understand? My girl be talking shit. I be like, what do you really bring to my life, bitch? Tell me. Don't get mad. What do you bring? That's your man, dude? No. She got this staring into the distant face like she's thinking about it, but she's a little mad, but she's trying to think about something. You have a man? You don't. See, and you're gorgeous with no man. And you wonder, what the fuck's going on? You see a lot of ugly bitches with men, right? All the time. Yeah, if you think, I ain't crazy, man. Women be like, how that ugly bitch get a man? How that fucking funky looking bitch get a man? That bitch look like she stink. How she get a motherfucker then? You're lonely without a fucking man. I'm not being on you. I'm just saying. It's like, what the fuck? One of the things that's probably bad is probably got too much integrity or dignity. You have to. You gotta sell me what I'm trying to buy, sweetie. I start from the bottom. You have to at least imply that you give up pussy. You cannot force me to create you. Women do that shit where you don't really have an idea about your own existence, but you'll force me, like if we go on a blind date, you'll force me to figure out what makes you special other than the fact that I want to fuck. Like you'll be like, I'll be like, so what drink do you like to drink? I don't know. What do you like to do? I don't know. What books you like to read? I don't know. What shows do you like to watch? I don't know. You like what? You like to watch fucking... What do you like to watch? Lost? I like Lost. Okay, keep creating me. Go. You hold us hostage with vaginas, man.
I live in New York City. Yeah, a lot of people say New York City is... A lot of people say that's the greatest city on earth. I don't know how you can say any city's the greatest city unless you've been to every single city, right? What do you know? Maybe there's a city somewhere in Indonesia where there's like 28 people, 26 of them are hot chicks that'll blow you for a nickel. You know what I mean? That'd be a good city. You know, and the other two are dudes that give you nickels. That might be the kind of city that you'd want to check out, right? Given a chance. Christians, they want you to go see movies like March of the Penguins. Go see March of the Penguins. Get March of the Penguins on DVD. It's a great movie. It's inspiring. It shows you the awesomeness of God's power. Only God would create such a majestic creature as a giant, stupid, flightless bird that has to waddle 70 miles across the ice just to eat one fish and then waddle its stupid ass all the way back. Only a loving God would create such a fucking ridiculous caricature of a living creature. And God said, you know, they said, well, the penguins are monogamous. So that shows you that God wants us to be monogamous. That movie promotes traditional family values like monogamy. Well, first of all, penguins are monogamous for 1 year, one mating season. Anybody could fuck the same person for 1 year. Well, especially if every person looked exactly like every other person. Illegal immigration is huge news these days. And look, obviously there's some reasons to be concerned, but when people say they take jobs, when's the last time you lost a job to an illegal alien? You want to land that big leaf blower gig for 30 cents an hour? Is that a job? You're having trouble living that illegal alien fantasy you always had, that one day if you played your cards right, you could be sitting on the back of a landscaping truck with 25 other guys 3.5 feet tall, you know, wearing your dirty Ms. Pac-Man baseball hat. If only these bastards wouldn't keep hogging up all the primo career paths. They're not taking the easy jobs you wish you could get, or the bullshit big money jobs. They're not becoming illegal alien investment bankers, you know, or like illegal alien TV weatherman. ¿Qué pasa? Today in Southern California will be warm, muggy, low visibility. Good day to cross a river. There's always something new to worry about. Every day there's a new one. Bird flu, monkeypox, mad cow, the turtle, cooties. Stay out. Don't go outside, there's no ozone layer. If you go outside, you'll be fried to a crisp. Don't go inside, there's mold. You can't stay inside either. Watch out for ticks, there's ticks on the deer, the Lyme disease, it'll fucking kill you. And just get away from it. Just, you know what, it's literally to where like you just gotta wrap yourself in cellophane and bury yourself in a hole in the yard. Just hope for the best. Mad cow, bird flu, the bird flu, the monkeypox. A while back there was an outbreak of the monkeypox in the Midwest. Monkeypox. When I heard you can get a disease, oh, by the way, there was an outbreak of the monkeypox. It was people were playing with their prairie dogs and getting the monkeypox. When I first heard you can get a disease from playing with your prairie dog, I thought, well, shit, that's a weird euphemism. You know, I thought playing with my prairie dog was the best way to avoid diseases. But mad cow, the monkeypox, the bird flu, Even that story. Watch out for the bird flu. It's coming. It's going to kill 100 trillion people. It's going to kill everyone. It's going to be a huge worldwide epidemic. It's a pandemic. That's like epidemic, but worse. There's a P at the front. It's a pandemic. It's going to kill everyone, even the pandas. Even adorable little pandas are going to get it. Everyone's going to die from this pandemic of bird flu. Everyone will be dead. Back to Jim with sports. It's this giant story, and then it just goes away. The bird flu spread to Romania now. It's in Romania. But it hasn't affected any Romanian people, because apparently the virus can't penetrate shitty cologne and polyester sweatsuits. But it could mutate, that's the fear. The bird flu. You know how they know these viruses spread? They find a dead bird somewhere. They found a dead bird in Romania, they figure out the virus is there. Who's finding these dead birds all over the world? When I was a kid, we used to find dead birds all the time. We didn't take them in for autopsies. We picked them up and we threw them at the gay kid. That's what we did. That's what we did as kids. Kids are cruel. We didn't even know what gay was yet. We just knew he ran like a girl when you threw dead shit at him, so we did it over and over again. You know, we torture these little fuckers for choosing a decadent lifestyle. That's what people think these guys are choosing. You think this 6-year-old kid was choosing to run like a girl? He was choosing to have birds smushed in his face because he knew that one day he'd get to wear assless chaps on a papier-mâché penis float on the gay bar. I mean, you know, pretty much. And then there's terrorism stories. Terrorism stories on the news. You know, I live in New York City, so you're always worried about this. Terrorism stories on the news. You know, my son is watching it. He's like, but Daddy, how come the bad men hate us so much? Why do those bad men hate us? Isn't that heartbreaking, man? I almost started crying, you know? Because he's 18. Now, what kind of moron am I raising? I don't know why they hate us, dipshit. Why don't you read the paper and form your own opinions? Why do they hate us? Nobody knows why they hate us, because Americans don't read papers. We don't know shit. We don't know what goes on in other countries. You ever talk to a European? Sometimes you have no choice. You ever talk to one of these people? You know, you're trying to learn to ski or whatever. These Europeans, they know everything. They know more about America than we know about ourselves. I don't know what it is about starting to smoke when you're 9 years old that turns you into a geopolitical genius. But these fuckers know everything. They always say things like, you know, actually the US could have lost its independence during the War of 1812. And you're like, all right, I don't know. You try to think of the one thing you know about Europe, you're like, oh, French chicks got hairy pits, right? I was talking to this Arab guy. He said, why do the Americans always support the Israelis? He said, it's probably because in America the Jews have all the money and they control the media, which is ridiculous and racist and really only part of it. Americans don't really know what goes on between the Israelis and the Palestinians. So basically, Americans support the Israelis for one reason, because the Israelis never do this. Seriously, I think that's 95% of it. I'm not even kidding. Because I think the average American's like, shit, I don't know what's going on over there, but I don't like that. I know that. I'm going with the team that ain't doing that. That I don't like. This guy told me it sucks for him. He's always stereotyped as a terrorist. You know, whenever he travels, people assume he's a terrorist. And that does suck, because this is America. Every ethnic group has a stereotype that they've had to overcome at some point in their history. I mean, I'm half Colombian and half Spanish. I don't get upset every time people assume that I'm a bullfighter. I don't. I just deal with it. It's my little cross to bear. I can't be seen with a sword or a cape, you know. You don't think I'd love to wear my skin-tight pink capri pants with the bedazzling on them? You know, without here, look at that bullfighter. I told you they was all bullfighters.
But it's men's fault, cause see what I'm saying now? It sounds cool and all fucked up, but that's how we feel. I remember a woman, man, we talked on the phone a good 2 hours. I said, man, we having a good conversation, we getting along. Let's look up and mess around a little bit. She said, I don't have casual sex. I said, great, cause I don't have casual conversations. So go fuck yourself, bitch. I gotta talk to you till my fucking eyeballs bleed, and you don't have to even let me sniff the pussy? Are you fucking out of your fucking skull? Let me tell you why ugly bitches have boyfriends all the time. Women don't understand how much men think about pussy. You underestimate the work, the thought, the preparation we put into getting some pussy, man. You think this is some childish shit? Women always trying to, you guys immature. No, it's serious motherfucking business, man. You gotta take pussy seriously, cause you can lose your house and your kids and everything behind some pussy, man. So you have to be on top of your game. Because men have to get a woman, 2 key ingredients. You gotta have the proper confidence mixed with the proper humility. You have to be humble and arrogant at the same time. You can't be straight arrogant like, hey bitch, I'm better looking than you. Let me see your pussy. Chop chop. Down the draws come, thank you. You have to, and then you can't be like, oh golly gee whiz, I just wanted to say how beautiful you are. It's gotta be a mixture of I've got to have it. So when we look at you, this is one of the things me and my boys thought of one night, is how to size up a woman. And you know how we go on the scale of 1 to 10, usually, like, yo, what you give 10, blah. A lot of times, you know, you might give a chick a 6. That's really, like, ugly, but we trying to be, like, not mean. So if you go, you're a 6, that's still just too close to 10. So it gives her more hope that she really absurd, you know? So we came up with a method from 1 to 30, right? Well, we chopped it down to 3 categories in that 30. You have ugly women, you have alright looking women, and then you have beautiful women. So let's say the number 21. That means you are an ugly ass beautiful bitch. You understand what I'm saying? That makes sense? So at 15, you are a alright looking bitch. I'm not looking, she's looking, I mean, I'm not saying, I'm just looking at you, but I mean, if you want the number, I'm not gonna give you the number. Because it's the numbers in my own head. But you can have the number on yourself. Like, you can decide what number you want. What number would you say you were? I'm not gonna attack you, just you have to believe in yourself. See what I mean by how men have to create? Like, if I say a number, she'll be mad if it ain't 30. But what number would you give yourself? See? Now you can be 21. That's a look it. I think a fine ass, alright looking bitch is a great. 20's great. That's less pressure. But if you move into fineness, now here, if you think you're 21, Nicole, listen. Let's say there's a club. Let's say there's a nightclub called Fine Ass Fine Bitch. And every woman was allowed to get in line to go into Club Fine Ass Fine Bitch. But if you get to the door and you're not a fine ass fine bitch, you get to get hit in the head with a baseball bat. Would you be confident enough to go to Club Fine Ass Fine Bitch? Or would you assuredly go to Club Eye looking bitch? So it ain't up to me, it's up to you. But that's the thing we look at and we go, all right, let me size her up, and then you get the game that you need accordingly. You need different kind of game for eye looking eye chick than you do, a fine ass fine chick or a fine ass ugly chick. A 10 is a fine ass ugly chick. I'm down for that. I like beautiful women. I'm an equal opportunity. My esteem is so low it protects me against everything. I'm never going to pussy drought. I'll fuck most animals. Like, I don't give a fuck. I like beautiful women like everybody else, but I'll take, I like pretty face is necessary. I'll take a woman shaped like anything weird. Square, flat butt. Cause I'm a mess naked. I look at my girl. Like, I look in the mirror sometimes, right? At myself naked, and I start to mistrust my woman. I'll be like, what's this bitch up to? Like, why is she giving me pussy? I would never give me no motherfucking pussy. If I was this bitch, I'd call the police every time I try to get near me. This bitch up to no good. She trying to get me for some shit. But that's because women are beautiful and they'll love you for like other reasons. He's so funny. That's it. All right, bitch, whatever. That's smart. Really?
It's just not easy. In every couple fights, we all fight. Everybody in here fights. It doesn't matter your age, younger couples, slightly older couples, cowboy couples, everybody fights, right? Everybody fights, and we've all had the same fights, and you know exactly the fights I'm talking about. Exactly the ones I'm talking about. You know the one where you're bombing in an empty club in Wheeling, West Virginia, and some toothless douche in the front row's like, you ain't from around here, are you, boy? And you're like, did you really just say that, you cliche, slobbering, mongoloid halfwit. People still say inbred, cracker ass shit like that. You ain't from around here, are you, boy? And he's like, man, you suck. You ain't funny at all. And you're like, hey, don't be mad at me because you caught your rat tail in the tilt-a-whirl at work today, fuckface. All right, I didn't tell you to drop out of high school and eat rock candy 15 hours a day for the last 15 years. I'm pretty sure you came up with that approach to life all by your own inbred cousin fucking self, you know? And he's like, man, I'm gonna kick your ass. Like, well, why don't you kick my ass then, motherfucker, right? So you get off stage, you start doing shots of tequila just to numb the pain, and you're on the phone with your wife, and she's like, are you drunk? You're like, yeah, I'm drunk. I'm in West Virginia. I'm gonna stay drunk the whole goddamn time I'm here. Well, I hate you gotta go on the road and get drunk all the time. Well, I hate going on the road too, my love, but I'm just trying to earn a goddamn living here, okay? And if getting drunk is the only way I can anesthetize myself enough to entertain a bunch of freaks that I have nothing in common with, I would have thought you, the person who supposedly loves me for me, would be on my side just one time and try to show one fucking little bit of compassion. Well, I never would have married you if I knew you were gonna go on the road and get drunk and work in nightclubs. I wouldn't have married someone like that. Yes, you would have, because that's how we met in the first place, remember? And remember I said I wasn't gonna change my lifestyle, which is why I said we shouldn't get married, but you pressured me to get married anyway, because you women are fucking psychotic lunatics that can't leave well enough alone. It's always like, where are we going with this? Where are we headed? Where's this going? Where's the next step? Where are we going? What's this working towards? We gotta take another step. We gotta show more commitment. We gotta go even further than we are right now. Where's this headed? And then once you get your hooks in someone, you take what you originally found appealing and attractive about them and you try to mash it the fuck right out of them. So you turn him into a neutered little puppy dog, which is subconsciously what you really wanted in the first place. Have you had that one a lot? Yeah, it's the same shit, right?
We're like, I'm trying to like make it so women just like understand a little bit of, like just sympathize. It's like we're like sport fishermen. This is what I'm saying. That's what men are. Being with one woman, for real, ladies, if you just said thank you to your man for being faithful, you just go thank you. Thank you for fighting. He'd be like, damn. And if he told his friends that you thanked him for fighting hard and not cheating, his friends would be like, what? Like they would look at you like you was amazing. It's simple. Men like to fish. And sport fishing is different from catching fish for food. You just get it, you catch it, and you show your friends. Because you want them to know that you can catch fish. You take a couple of pictures so you can show people the fish that you have the ability to catch. And then you release it back into the water. But a lot of women in here, you have boyfriends or husbands. You a fish that jump back on the boat and just was like flapping, looking at me like, hi, I was wondering if you're gonna be fishing here again next week. Like, yeah, for other fish, get off my boat. Is that how you treat all the fish? You'd be like, oh, god damn. Nope, I'm sorry, sweetie. You're the last fish I ever wanted to be with. Now you stuck. Stuck with the last fish who was loving you and fighting hard to be on your boat. Then she got comfortable, and now instead of doing this, she's like, so we've been together for like a year now. Why do you still have a boat? You'd be like, so what you trying to say? I can't catch fish no more? Why do you need to catch a fish? Because if I lose my ability to catch fish, then you not gonna find me sexy no more. So you gotta smell fish on me so that you know I can catch fish so you can act right. That's like, guys, you meet your girl, she was a hoe, like had hoe, like she big old booty and this and that. You gotta let her do that. Don't start trying to frump her up and get her fat and get her foul, because that's why you like her. want no woman that no other guy's trying to fuck. I don't want a woman that I can send to the store at 2 in the morning. Cause nobody's gonna try to rape her. Like I go get some bread at 3 in the morning. Hey, cut through the alley, bitch, cause I talk to the junkies. They don't want it. They don't like it.
So worried about people complaining and writing letters. Let's face it, our reading and writing skills in our country, every day there's a story in the paper about how shitty our schools are. They just keep getting worse all the time. I read a book, it was filled with letters that soldiers during the Civil War had written to their girlfriends back home. These guys were kids. They were 14, 15-year-old kids. Most of these guys had never even been to school, but every single letter in the book was incredible. Every single letter was like, "My dearest Hannah, this morn finds me racked by the fiery pangs of your absence. I'll bear your cherished memory with me as I battle the forces of tyranny and oppression." Now think about what the typical letter from your average modern day soldier to his girlfriend back home in like New Jersey's gotta read like, "Dear Marie, it is hot as fuck out here. It is hard to fight these sand monkeys with your balls stuck to your legs. It is very, very hot out here because I am in the desert. What else did I want to ask you? Oh yeah, don't fuck nobody, like it back." You know the problem with, I think, children and all that sort of young generation now, is that they're raised in this coddling environment where they can do no wrong, and everybody grows up feeling so fucking good about themselves that it's just fucking disgusting. I want that self-hatred and misery that we grew up with, where your parents didn't tell you anything. There was no like, "Hey, you took a shit, congratulations, let's fucking set off a fireworks display. That is the greatest shit I'd ever seen ever. Look at the shit that Johnny took. It's all shitty like, and it's been mounded like a shit. Oh, congratulations, John." You know, when I was a kid, like when Muhammad Ali said, "I'm the greatest of all time," that sounded like the most fucked up thing anyone had ever said out loud. You couldn't believe someone would say that. Now, you go on MySpace, every fucking zit-faced 20-year-old's taking self-portraits. "Look, I'm the hottest motherfucker ever. Look at me." Everyone's all proud and confident. Everyone thinks they got something to say. You watch the news, the local news. All they do on the news is talk to people. When there's a story, they just talk to people on the street and get their opinion. And everyone, instead of not wanting to be on TV, is like desperate to get their opinion out there. There was this girl in Jersey who threw her baby off a bridge because she had a date and she couldn't find someone to take care of it. Yeah, so instead of she just tossed the baby off the bridge. And that was on the news. Which, first of all, how is that a giant news story? I mean, it's a sad story, but it's not news. It's just good ratings, I guess, because you like hearing shit like that, really, because it makes you feel a little bit like a better parent. Yeah, you could say not, but you do feel a little better. Like, all right, I miss a child support payment every once in a while, but I never tossed a kid off the fucking bridge. Let's face it. I'm father of the year, really, at this point. Because it's not really a news story. It's an individual situation, which is sad. And so she throws her baby off the bridge, and all they did was talk to people on the street and ask them what they thought of that, what their reaction to the story was. That's all they do. First of all, what kind of reaction could you have to that? They talked to one of her neighbors. I swear to God, the girl actually said, "Oh, she shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't throw your baby in a river. She should have got in like a babysitter or something." Thank God they had this ethics expert on hand to crack that moral dilemma. I thought tossing a kid in the river was really the only way you can go with it, but there were other options, I guess. My favorite story from the last year was that guy Brian Nichols, who was on trial for rape. Instead of going to trial, he stole a gun from a court officer, pistol whipped a bunch of people, murdered a couple people. Then he holds this woman hostage in her apartment for 7 hours. She makes him breakfast, and he let her go. Now, I don't want to sound sexist, but there is a lesson there. You know? It may not kill you girls to learn your way around the kitchen. You know? A nice fluffy stack of flapjacks turned that murdering rapist into John Mayer, for Christ's sake. Imagine what a nice omelet might do for that fella. I'm not misogynist at all, but rappers, those guys are misogynists, man. They get away with some shit. Lil Jon's got a song on his last album where he goes, no more dick for your pussy, just dick to your throat. You ain't gonna get no child support. Not that that's a bad approach to life necessarily. But I don't want kids growing up hearing that message. I don't want kids thinking that throat and support rhyme. It's not right. Shit, it's just getting old just sucks. I can't watch MTV. I feel like I'm 150 years old. Shows like MTV Cribs. That's a great show, isn't it? It's a great show to watch an 18-year-old rapper show off his 40-room mansion, you know? The waterfalls and media rooms and movie theaters, you know? I'm twice his age. I'm sitting on my bed/sofa. Oh, look at that. Boy, what a nice crib. This house has 18 bathrooms. They're all made of imported Italian marble from a 14th century Franciscan monastery. Meanwhile, I'm pissing in the sink because my crazy wife has locked herself in our one bathroom and she won't come out till I admit that I have a drinking problem. Well, it's gonna be a long wait, my love, so hang in there. When you get out, you might want to watch a little MTV Cribs because I noticed Ludacris's bitches weren't busting his balls about what he does to unwind. Man, I love watching hip-hop videos because for the bitches. Man, bitches are great, right? They're so much better than wives or girlfriends. If I had it all to do over again, I would never get married. I would just have a bunch of bitches. Because, man, you watch those hip-hop videos, bitches are fucking great. They're just always in a good mood. They just dance around in their thongs and their high-heel shoes. And you get to do bong hits all day long, play the Xbox. Your friends can come over. Bitches never complain. They never tell you to mow the lawn or... You know, take your feet off the couch. Bitches don't even talk. They don't even have vocal cords. Really? They'd only get in the way. Bitches are great. You know, if you have a wife or a girlfriend, she might help you wash the car, but she's not gonna soap herself down in suds and press her tits all over the windshield, you know? But bitches do. That's how bitches do it. Bitches spend all day washing things with their tits. It's like, and if bitches get in a bad mood, if you get in a fight with one of your bitches, you don't have to apologize. You don't have to buy flowers. You just turn the music up and they just dance more. It's like they can't help themselves.
You feel that shit? I'm asking to talk to the fella. Did you feel that just now? Did you feel the vaginas? Like, you feel that shit? It's funny, like, I love that shit when the pussy's just, like, did you feel how the room just stop? When the pussy's just, they give you the pussy beam. You feel it when they just look at you, like I'm supposed to stop what the fuck I'm want to say and shit, and they just. And it happened all at the same time. You feel it? Like pussy powers activate. Form of a giant pussy. Shave off a Billy Club. Look, don't be upset about it. Do your job. That's your job, is just to make men's fun miserable. Your job is to, when motherfuckers is right at the cusp of having a great time, y'all just fuck it up. Look at all the guys sitting straight ahead, looking straight ahead, not even giving the bitch peripheral. Shit, niggas ain't even like this, because they know the pussy beam. But that's what y'all do. As soon as y'all get to something y'all don't like, it's just shut it down. But really, fundamentally, on a primal level, we don't like you. We don't like you. We don't ever want to really see you. It's like, you never heard four guys hanging out at a party, right? And one of them goes, you know what would make this party even better? If my girl was here. She's funny as a motherfucker. And the only reason you get that we don't go, get the fuck out of here, is because you women are the worst terrorists there are. Worse than Al Qaeda, because this is what y'all do. You hold the pussy hostage and threaten to kill it if we don't listen to your horrendous nonsense. And you make it read a letter. The pussy be reading the letter. Please. Please, listen to a story or she's gonna kill me and you'll never see me again. Look at him, look at him. This posture, this ain't good when girls do this. Girls do that. He hates women. He hates women. Somebody gotta tell you. Let me ask you a question. Here's a question. Serious question. Okay, ladies, if you didn't have a vagina, like say it was a terrible train accident, right? And the doctor was like, we have to remove your pussy right away or you're gonna die. How would you keep your man past, you get a 2-month guilty, I can't leave the bitch right away because you just lost the pussy in a train accident. Can't just walk right out on him. How would you keep your man past that if you didn't have a vagina? Wow. Nothing? You can talk, you can talk. Suck his dick, okay, mouth. Asshole, okay, great. You see what I'm saying? Now, I've been getting pussy beamed the whole show, right? But I give women the opportunity to say, I'm gonna make myself worth more. But you just classified yourself as a series of hoes. But I'm supposed to teach you special, but you just a bunch of hoes for yourself. No one said learn how to play Xbox, learn how to play pool. Tell better stories, get another bitch that got a pussy to come on in. Well, look, whatever.